Coming up, a man poses as a member of the Disney family and goes to jail for it. Universal raises their ticket prices to become the most expensive theme park in Orlando, and they should go to jail for that. And they also announced they're going to be expanding the Simpsons area to include beer and more food. We also continue our 7 resorts in 7 nights coverage this week, focusing this week on Disney's All-Star Sports and All-Star Music resorts. All that coming up on this edition of the Diz Unplugged. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, specializing in helping you plan the perfect Disney World, Disneyland, or Disney Cruise Line vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you again from Disney's Aulani Resort and Spa in Ko Olina, Hawaii. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my amazing team, our associate producer, Shaun Thompson. I had to stop and think of his name. Our producer, Dustin West,
right.
And associate producer, Craig Williams, back on the controls with a head the size of a small
orange
planet. I think your head has its own atmosphere in that shot.
And a gravity as well.
We are coming to you, as I said, from Aulani, but we're actually this time in a grand villa in the DVC section of Aulani. And I will tell you, I've seen almost all the DVC resorts that Disney has. And DVC, for those who don't know, is Disney Vacation Club. That is Disney's timeshare arm, but calling these timeshares is, these are much better than your average timeshare. I've been to most of the DVC resorts that are out there. Hands down, by a mile, this is the most beautiful DVC resort that exists. I mean, and this Grand Villa is absolutely
it's
stunning.
Beautiful. Like I said, it reminded me of the suites at the Polynesian. It kind of has that vibe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It does. It does. Absolutely beautiful. But then again, so is Aulani. This has been an absolutely amazing visit for us. And, of course, the live show that we did last week, our first live remote ever, and by far our most successful show in terms of viewers, in terms of downloads. It's been insane.
It was an amazing experience to do that.
It was really cool. Nerve-wracking.
A little bit.
Absolutely ridiculously nerve-wracking doing that live broadcast. But a lot of fun. Folks here at Aulani have been absolutely amazing in helping us out. And we have so much that we're going to be able to show you when we do our full Aulani coverage. That will be our July 16th show, so you're going to want to make sure you stay tuned for that. We have some great videos. We have some great information. It's just this is a photographer's paradise, whether you're video or photo.
Oh yeah,
this beautiful. Is a photographer's paradise, and we've got some great stuff. But I do have a few things in housekeeping I want to mention. First, remind everybody about the New England Diz Meet to raise money for Give Kids the World, June 28th through the 30th in Leominster, Massachusetts. The entire team, including John and Kevin, are going to be on hand for the weekend, and we are going to be doing a show from the event. So if you want to come see a show live, come on to Leominster, Massachusetts, June 28th through the 30th. Help us raise money for Give Kids the World. Also want to mention the Nova Scotia Diz Meet coming up August 11th. We're real excited about. A lot of us are going to be up there. I don't think John and Kevin are going to be up there, but I think pretty much everybody else will be.
It's exciting.
And so, yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
I've never been. I've always wanted to see Nova Scotia.
Yeah, me too.
The stories Kathy and Teresa told coming back from last year's event, I can't wait to go see it. It sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So, also want to mention our upcoming Adventures by Disney, the Diz exclusive Adventures by Disney trips for 2014. We announced those a few weeks ago. The Backstage Magic trips, we've announced 3 dates: February, July, and December. December is now completely sold out and being waitlisted. July is almost sold out. We're very close. As a matter of fact, by the time this this goes up, I think that trip
I'm
is
sure
going to
it
be waitlisted.
It's been crazy.
We do have availability, though, on our February trip. That's over President's Week in 2014. Prices for those trips, $2,579 per adult based on double occupancy, $2,449 for children. There's also going to be this exclusive trip to Ireland next year,
Right.
May 25th through June 1st. Adults $4,289 based on double occupancy, $4,079 for children. And if you just want to travel solo and have the room to yourself, $5,999 for that trip. So
I think that's a cool one. Ireland is such a beautiful place.
and we may not be done. We may not be done with announcements for our exclusive trips next year. There may be another one.
I think John and Kevin are getting a hive right now.
What do you mean?
You're giving them agita.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I
All
mean,
right, I thought you were gonna
we're
announce
working
it.
on something, and
Okay.
we're not ready to announce it yet. But real exciting. Especially the Backstage Magic trips. We're going to be leaving here actually in a few days. We're recording this, just so everybody knows. We're recording this on Friday, and this show goes up Tuesday. Had to do it that way because we leave here Sunday for Vancouver, and next Tuesday we will be on the Disney Wonder heading to Alaska.
Ooh.
And we are simply not going to try and upload a show
From the
from the
cruise
ship.
ship.
I love Disney Cruise Line. I love the Wonder, but internet on any cruise ship, I don't care which one it is. You don't do streams like this
No.
from there. So this show will go up. Like I said, we're recording it Friday. It's going to go up this Tuesday. We'll be recording our next show on the Wonder, and that show will go up June. I have the calendar in front of
June
me.
4th.
June 4th.
Yes.
And then our June 11th show, we're going to be recording while we are in Los Angeles, getting ready for the first of the Diz exclusive Backstage Magic trips for 2013.
That'll
Our
be
next one is in December. Those December trips sell out like.
Is it because of the Christmas decorations?
I think so. It must have something to do with the holidays because.
It's probably
you
a
know.
different experience.
But so got a lot coming up there. And of course, you can follow us on our travels. We are updating our social media and everything else. We have our Disney Beyond the Parks, the hashtag on Twitter, Beyond the Parks. And you can go to actually, if you go to the Diz homepage, it will link you right to the Beyond the Parks page where all of our tweets and everything that we're doing is
we
all
have
showing
tweets,
up.
photos, videos that we've shot so far. They're all
Right.
there to see. So keep track.
And of course, our ongoing 7 and 7 coverage.
Right.
It's so funny that that's happening now because we're so busy with doing all of this.
Yeah.
We're in Aulani and all this stuff. So it's like that happened so long ago, but now everyone gets to see it. So
Right,
it's
exactly,
Cool to relive that.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing comments and emails coming in saying, I love Art of Animation. I'm like, Art of Animation?
What does that have to do with Aulani?
Yeah. No, and that because we recorded we actually did the 7 and 7 in early April. We recorded them right before we left on this trip, and so it's exciting. That's going up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got All Star Sports and All Star Music going up today, and then next week. Which ones go up next week?
We've got the list.
Coronado Springs and Fort Wilderness.
Oh, and Fort Wilderness. There's a great video that was put together for the Fort Wilderness thing that
Yeah.
you got to watch. It's terrific.
And a very bizarre one coming up for All-Star Music today.
It is bizarre, but hopefully funny. Maybe it's just funny to us.
Which one for All Star Music?
Well, the one with the
pictures
singers.
and the-
pictures.
Oh yes. So, all right. Anything else in housekeeping?
No.
All right. We're going to move on to the news. Our first news story this week. Authorities say a man has been arrested after claiming to be a member of the Disney family and giving away invalid Disneyland passes. Los Angeles County Sheriff's officials say the man called himself, you can't make this up, Stephen Disney, and had a fake driver's license and tax forms that falsely claimed income from the Walt Disney Company. The statement says he gave Disneyland passes to a woman for a raffle. When the winner took the passes to Disneyland, she learned they had not been activated. And deputies determined the man's name is 51-year-old Stephen David Urquidez. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right.
I can see how you could get that confused.
And the passes were stolen from a store. He was arrested on suspicion of burglary and was released after posting $20,000 bond. I think the big felony for this guy is that he forged a driver's license.
Yeah. It's huge.
He wasn't even smart enough to go by Stefan Disney.
Right.
He had to go by Stephen. Stefan Urkel.
Stefan Urkel. I love
Family Matters joke.
Okay, yeah, that I hear them. I never watched the show. Apparently, they lived by Family Matters. So.
TGIF.
Yes.
Step by step. Let's take it one day at a time.
Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Our next news story, or actually the next two news stories are related. Universal announced on Thursday that a themed area will open this summer based on the popular television show The Simpsons. The area, which is being called Springfield after the town featured in the show, replaces the former Back to the Future attraction that closed in 2007. Oh. Springfield will be located alongside the Simpsons attraction and feature restaurants and shops based on the show. Two of the biggest additions to the area will be Krusty Burger and Moe's Tavern, because one thing Universal needs more of are crappy hamburgers and more beer.
Well, they're going to have Duff beer.
They're going to have Duff. Well, I'm sure this will be the best beer ever.
I'm excited for it.
I'm sure it's just Budweiser.
Probably. But
I think Budweiser is probably a step up. I don't know. I'm just being mean to Universal. I don't know why I'm in a mood today. The other restaurants and shops that will be added: Lard Lad's Donuts, the Frying Dutchman, Luigi's Pizza, the Androids Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop, and Duff Gardens. Along with the restaurants and shops, Universal is also adding a new attraction called Kang and Kodo's Twirl and Hurl.
So after you eat your burgers and your beer.
And that's going to be an outdoor spinner type ride. So I guess it's kind of like the Mad Teacups.
Yeah.
I
just hope they hire a cast member that looks just like Comic Book Guy to work in Android's Dungeon. With the shirt too small and his belly hanging out.
That would be
good theming.
Well, as I said, in a related story, Universal also just announced the cost of a one-day one-park ticket going to $92 before tax. For children, it's $86. This makes them, right now, the most expensive theme park in Orlando. Orlando Sentinel reporter Jason Garcia has been saying on his Twitter account that Disney is likely to follow suit in the next week, which means SeaWorld will probably do it, because this is normally how it goes. One of them raises prices. Right. Everybody raises prices, but we are now looking at, we've broken the $100 threshold, for
after tax, yeah.
After tax for a one-day ticket. And this has kind of been that threshold we've been looking at for a while, saying, is that the point where it gets to be too expensive?
Yeah. And then we always have the discussion of, well, nobody actually buys a one-day pass, and
that's
the rates for annual pass holders are more reasonable.
But that's the price everyone sees.
Right,
that's the price everyone talks about. And I used to complain about the price increases with the tickets, and then I realized, unless I'm willing to not buy the tickets and not go to the parks, I need to shut up about complaining about it. I'm still going to pay it. And the absolute truth is, so are most of you. So yes, we every time there's a price increase, we all kind of get our panties in a wad. But the fact of the matter is, you're right, Dustin. Most people don't buy just a one-day ticket. And of course, when you start adding on days, the value of it, the price of it is much, much less. So like I said, I'm not going to not buy my passes, and I'm not going to not go to the park. So here we are. We are in the post-$100 a day world for theme parks, and I am interested to see if that really is the threshold for some people. Now, for Disney fans, it probably won't be. For the casual vacationer, I don't know. We ask the question all the time, at what point do these ticket prices become too expensive? Apparently, it hasn't hit that. Disney World keeps breaking records. Their attendance keeps going up every year. Their revenue keeps going up, so clearly it's working.
Yeah.
And as long as that's the case, why shouldn't they keep raising the price? I mean,
right, of course.
And just for reference, Dustin said very few people buy just a 1 day. If you buy a 4 day, it's $170.99.
Right,
So,
so right
yeah,
there.
there you
It's
go.
less than $43 a day.
Right.
So the longer you go, the
You
cheaper
got
it is.
you got
so.
3 days for $70. Pretty
Exactly.
much, if
Yeah.
you look at it that way. Yeah.
So it's, and with Universal, I understand now. I mean, they have to, they got to pay for the ridiculous amount of construction
For Harry Potter and Simpsons.
going on there. Yeah, Harry Potter and Simpsons. I cannot wait to see what the Harry Potter expansion looks like, though, because that was my big complaint about Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They kept calling it a theme park within a theme park, and the damn thing was a 4x4 room.
It's a corner.
It's a corner. Now they're making this expansion, and the money, and again, we've talked about this when, once Comcast came on board, all of a sudden the money for development at Universal just started flowing. Comcast obviously sees value in this, and there's this, we got Transformers coming. They're doing this with the Simpsons. They're expanding Wizarding World to Harry Potter. Really aggressive.
They're really trying to upstage Disney.
Yeah.
And it's kind of working, maybe.
No, I don't.
It's getting to a point where...
Look, you know what? At the end of the day, this kind of competition benefits us.
Of course it does,
benefits
yeah.
Right.
the guests. It benefits the fans. But look, I'm telling you right now, Disney just bought Star Wars. There's something coming. I'm telling you, I know we've said it and it hasn't materialized yet. I think what we're going to see, obviously I think we're going to see a Star Wars themed land, but I am not giving up the ghost on Cars Land in Orlando. No. I'm not. We've heard from certain places that were really good sources that
There's no doubt in my mind that Hollywood Studios is just about, within the next 10 years, I'd say, is going to see a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
And so whatever expansion Universal does, Disney will respond. Disney's not going to take it lying down. And like I said, for us, for the visitors, the guests, the fans, it's a win. But, to pay for that, ticket prices have to go up. And I'm just interested to see if we may never reach the place where the price gets to a point where it actually starts affecting attendance. They keep raising it. If people keep buying it, then the market will bear it.
Yep.
And it's a business, and that's what should happen. But I just wonder when and if we're gonna hit that price that people just won't pay.
Right.
So, all right, that'll do it for the news. We're going to move on to rapid fire. Sean.
All right, so the Eat to the Beat concert has been announced, their lineup. This is the concert that goes along with the Food and Wine Festival in Epcot, and it airs in, they do the concerts in the American Gardens Theater. There's some pretty good names, I think. Some of them are, repeats from last year and years previous, but the concerts run from September 27th through November 11th, and the lineup is Starship, which I think they're there every year.
And they're here at Flower and Garden, too.
Yeah, they're just always at Epcot. I think they're permanent. The Go-Go's, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
With Belinda Carlisle?
I don't have that specific, but
Starship actually has a 2-bedroom apartment in Wonders of Life.
If it is with Belinda Carlisle,
Air Supply, Sister Hazel, Sugar Ray, Edwin McCain, Manhattan Transfer. I don't know what that is.
Oh, Manhattan Transfer is no, it's awesome. They're an awesome group.
Okay. Wilson Phillips, which I'm excited for.
Cool.
Just for
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids and Harold and Kumar. Pointer Sisters, they were here last year. Night Ranger, Boys to Men, Survivor, 38 Special, Smash Mouth.
I'm telling you, this is a good lineup.
It's really good.
You've heard me you've heard me a lot of times with lineups for these concert series, whether it's at Disney or Universal, say it's a veritable who's that. This is actually a really good lineup of artists.
The thing is these aren't, a lot of times it's one-hit wonders, and then it's like they play one song, and then it's like, okay, who's right? These acts, though they're not as popular as they were back in their heyday, these are huge acts, and they have all their music, all these acts. So
exactly,
I think it's going to be great.
So Smash Mouth, Spin Doctors, Christopher Cross, Hanson, Dennis DeYoung, who is from Styx.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about a guy that has the most amazing voice? He is incredible.
See, the singer for Styx or the old?
No.
singer for
Dennis DeYoung
Original
was the
member.
original singer for
Okay.
Styx. He's the voice. He's that incredible voice.
Then they had like a reality show to find a new singer for Styx.
No,
was
not for
In
Styx.
Excess.
That was
In
In
Excess.
Excess.
Yeah, it has an X in it. I'm sorry.
And then the last one is Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Cool.
They'll be there for the last show.
Is that what's his name's band?
Not Brian.
I don't know
Setzer.
any of the.
No, not Brian Setzer.
No.
No, I think that's the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The only person that I'm sad that's not there is Taylor Dane. She's always so good at those
She's
concerts. Yeah.
Taylor Dane's amazing. Absolutely,
That's a pretty good
amazing.
lineup.
That's a great lineup, and that's for Food and Wine.
Yep, Food and Wine, and the times are 5:45, 7, and 8:15 every day.
I think Food and Wine is going to be amazing this year.
After seeing Flower and Garden, it just feels like they're constantly
I'll
Yeah.
I'll
really
tell
rocking
you,
and rolling at this point.
what they did with Flower and Garden this year was absolutely amazing. I'm excited to see what will be new for Food and Wine, and that I said that's a great lineup. There's a lot. Usually, like there'll be one or two acts that'll be like, oh yeah, if I'm there, like the Go-Go's, I will go out of my way.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
Yeah.
if it's Miss Belinda Carlisle, I will absolutely go out of my
I'll have to
way.
check on that. I'm not sure if she'll be there. but-
She better be.
all right, I'll let her know.
Dennis DeYoung, another one. I mean, Dennis DeYoung has an album, 10 on Broadway. He did, this was years ago. This is like at least 20 years. But you want to talk, just really showcased his voice amazingly, and I absolutely love him. So, loved him with Styx, loved him as a solo artist. Very, very excited to hear he's going to be there. And he'll literally just blow the walls off the place. Well, there actually are no walls on that, so
It's open air.
it's open air. But theoretically speaking, if it had walls, Dennis DeYoung would blow them off of the.
It had walls.
So, all right, thank you, Sean. Gregory.
Okay, mine is about our live stream channel once again. Now Tom Bell, the host of the Disneyland show, he's going
Figured
to
out
be
how to do it.
figured out. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
He
sit
hacked into
back.
the live stream account.
He got mojo.
Wait, what? Okay, yeah, I'm confused. But Tom is now live streaming as well from Disneyland, so that's a great addition to the coverage that we're already bringing from Disney World and now
And again, this is-
Hawaii, hopefully Alaska.
Right. Well, and just speaking about Tom and the live stream he just did, Mickey and
the Magical Map.
And the Magical Map, the new show at Disneyland, he live streamed from there.
Yeah.
And
It was very popular.
Very
People
popular.
loved it.
Yeah.
very popular, and it was he did a great job with that.
And that's on our same live stream channel. So if you've subscribed to watch this show, you're also going to see all the email updates saying that Tom's going live in Disneyland as well. So
Right. If you're
Exactly.
subscribed, I just want to reiterate for people: if you are subscribed to our YouTube or our our live stream channel, whenever we do any of these live events, like a random live event or something that's pre-announced, you'll get notified. And
Yeah.
we've been doing a lot of impromptu live broadcasts, and it's if you want to know about them,
Yep.
you got to follow us. Links to that and everything else we talk about in the show on our show notes page, disunplugged.com. Thank you for that, Craig.
You're welcome.
Dustin.
yeah, well, earlier in housekeeping, we were talking about like all the Diz exclusive ABD trips. But just to tie in, they've announced some new stuff for the rest of 2013 and then 2014. First of all, they have a guaranteed departure program. I'm not sure how new that is. But
They started that, I think, last year or the year before.
okay, I just wanted to mention that. That's it under their site. That's what's new with ABD is the guaranteed departure program. But more specifically, they've added some new adventures. At least one new adventure. We got a package in the mail that had a DVD in it for the insiders. And
Well, explain to people, the ABD Insiders, if you've been on an ABD trip previously, you're considered an ABD Insider. And this is kind of like a little bit of a loyalty program that they've put together where they will send you things throughout the year, especially when they're getting ready to announce a new trip. Last year, it was The Art of Brave.
right.
That they sent us, and that
You
was
gotta-
heralding the release of the Scotland ABD trip.
Yeah.
And this
And
year,
This year in the mail, we got a DVD of The Sound of Music.
So they're going to make you walk over the Alps to flee from Austria to Switzerland or Italy.
But it's new for 2014. Adventures by Disney will offer Central Europe. The 9-day, 8-night vacation invites you to uncover the hidden treasures of Austria, Germany, and the Czech Republic, traveling off the beaten path in the enchanted cities of Prague, Salzburg, and Vienna, and spending 3 nights at a majestic resort in the Alps. And that just sounds
all right. Majestic
beautiful.
resort in the Alps. You had me at Alps. Yeah.
Yeah,
That could be really cool.
it could. Prague
Is gorgeous.
Prague is beautiful.
Prague is absolutely gorgeous. I am dying to see Prague.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just there's so many different parts of Europe, and I don't know which one I would want to see first. There's Italy, there's Greece, we have done Ireland. There's so many different places, but this one sounds like a great addition. It's one of those iconic places in Europe, the Alps and those river cities, Prague and Salzburg, and I think it's really cool. I think that it's cool. They also mentioned that they're doing some change-ups for some of their Italy trips, just certain parts of the itinerary.
Yeah, they're changing the Viva Italia, the resort that they were using in Tuscany. They're now using another resort. That was the same resort that John and Kevin and our Viva Italia group last year had so many problems with, and that I think that might be one of the reasons why they're changing it. But that Viva Italia trip, from what I understand, is amazing. John and Kevin have been on 43. I've never been on one, but I'm not bitter or anything because I get to go to Australia. But I think ABD's gotten really good at finding out what trips people want. Greece was a huge hit. Scotland was a huge hit. Vietnam has actually been a really good product for them. I was surprised because when they said Vietnam, they announced that last year. I'm like, who wants to go there? Apparently, people do, and
Americans, mostly. I would imagine.
I think that's most of ABD's audience.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's good.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do. All right, that will do it for Rapid Fire. What we're going to do for the rest of the show is kind of just talk about the highlights of our week. We got here on Monday. It's now Friday. And
it went so fast.
I know. This just blew right by.
We've still got a lot of video to shoot.
and we're here until Sunday afternoon. We head to Vancouver. And I got to be honest, I don't want to leave. I am actively thinking about how I'm getting back here. Yeah. I will also tell you, I mean, granted, I don't know that our experience is a good one to go by because we've been working.
Yeah.
But I don't think 6 or 7 days here is enough. I really don't. And, one of the things that I thought was really interesting, they have to do this expansion work because they figured people would, obviously, hang out at the hotel, but do a lot more exploring around the island. It turns out people are spending a lot more time here.
No one wants to leave.
There's so many things to do here.
There is, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And no, you don't want to leave. I mean, not that Honolulu and Hawaii isn't, this is beautiful, but this is amazing here.
Yeah.
And you're going to see July 16th when we have our full show on Aulani. You're going to see exactly what I mean. This has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah.
This has to be experienced to be believed. But Craig, we'll start with you. What's your highlight from this past week?
I think my highlight was probably the first day that we got. Well, not the first day, the first full day. Whenever I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, just to live stream the sunrise for everyone back on the mainland, as they call it here, which still catches me off guard every time I look at them like they're crazy. But
Craig, you're practically Hawaiian already.
How did that happen? But no, it's like sunrises and sunsets here are just out of this world.
It really is pretty spectacular.
You have to see them. So that's my favorite. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Shawnee?
Aside from just being in Hawaii and how exciting that is, I'm just in love with this resort. And specifically because I'm so used to like the resorts at Walt Disney World. And so I can't help but compare it.
Of course, then you have to.
And this to me feels like a deluxe resort at Walt Disney World on steroids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the amount of detail and how beautiful it is just unreal to me. And everything has a meaning. And we'll get into a lot of that when we do our coverage.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And there'll be videos and we'll have photos and all that stuff. But it's just so much thought and effort went into every decision here. And it's just so exciting to see, especially I pay attention to all that stuff and I love seeing it. And so to realize that everything is just on purpose is amazing.
And I don't think I'm overselling it when I say this is the most beautiful Disney resort.
Mm-hmm.
I love my resorts. I love my resorts in Orlando. You hear me talk about the Poly. Poly's one of my all-time favorites, Fort Wilderness. These are great resorts. I'm not taking anything away. I'm sorry. This is the best resort Disney's built.
So just those moments of walking around the lobby or just the different areas of the resort. Those
just
are my
walking
favorite.
into that lobby.
Oh, I know, for the first time.
Very dramatic.
No, not even for the first time. Every time
Yeah,
I
every
walk into that lobby, it's like, it's just beautiful. It's not that it's not like it's overstated or overdone, or it just is. There's something about it. I think it's the open air, the way you can literally like walk in and look through to the ocean, and just all the detail and the colors and the feel in that lobby. When you walk in, it's just it's ridiculous.
It's perfect, and it's also authentic. And I've heard that from so many different people, that Disney not only did their research, but did it so well that even the people here feel that it's such a great representation of Hawaiian culture, which is so important.
And we had said this in the live show last week. One of the big concerns building this resort was that they were going to Disneyfy Hawaiian culture. And what they did. But Disneyfying means attention to detail. Mm-hmm. It means quality. It means, telling a story.
Yeah.
So they absolutely did Disneyfy the Hawaiian experience, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you see that detail and that storytelling, those things we as fans love about Disney, those things that draw us to the parks, draw us to the resorts, those details, that Disney difference, that Disney magic is just, it's all over the place here. And I know I'm gushing, but I don't gush if I don't mean it. And I mean, hold on a second. Because I can. Look at that. I don't know how well that's coming out on camera, but if you could see the view here, it's
absolutely gorgeous.
And this is a Disney resort. And what's nice is that being that it's a Disney resort, it has that familiarity. Mm-hmm. There's just those elements that you find in a Disney resort. So there's that familiarity, even though you're so far from home, yet, it is, for me, the most beautiful Disney resort there is. And I've been, with the exception of Tokyo. Is there one in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Is there a resort in Hong Kong?
Oh.
I know there's a theme park. But, I've been to pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
And just this is the jewel. This is the crown jewel. The highlight for me this week, I actually have a few. The live show. The live show from here was just amazing. It was amazing. It was so cool. And it went so well, and we were so nervous about it. And that will always be a highlight, especially, and I'm really happy it now, in a matter of days, became our most successful show ever. And so that really made me feel good.
There's a lot of work and preparation going into that from several different people.
And from the folks here at Aulani.
Exactly.
Can't thank them enough. They have just been fantastic with us. And, so that was definitely a highlight. And honestly, a highlight for me, the last time I was here, the one thing we complained about was the food. And it had only been a few months after they opened, and, I think I even mentioned at that point that, I really hope they iron that out. The food has been superb.
It really has.
And I was really worried about it. You don't want to, they're working with you, and they're being so nice to us, and they're giving us all this access. You don't want to, get on camera and trash them. So I was praying that the food was going to be good, because I didn't want to like have to sit here and go, oh God, the food sucks. And I got to tell you, everywhere, whether it's been quick service, the buffet at Makihiki, the meals we've had at Ama Ama, which is their signature restaurant, the bar food at the pool.
And the thing I love the most is that you can really see that it's a balance. So if there's food for people that aren't as adventurous and want their traditional kind of, chicken fingers or even regular entrees like chicken and stuff. But then for me, I'm in Hawaii. I want to try new and exciting different things that I can't get anywhere else, and I'm still able to do that. So it's a nice mix for both, different types of people.
Yeah, you're right. It's a very eclectic menus. Delicious, absolutely delicious food. And so I was really excited about that. I was really happy that I'm able to say that. But, and like you said, just being here, you don't, for as much as I want to go drive around Honolulu, I want more, I want as much time,
Right.
That's how I feel right now. I want as much time here before I have to leave on Sunday as I can get. So
Absolutely beautiful. You can't beat it.
No. What about you, Dustin? What's your...
For me, it's kind of a mixture, and I think they go hand in hand. It's kind of the people and the ohana spirit of Hawaii, and then the level of service at Aulani. Everywhere we've gone, not just Aulani, everywhere we've gone, everyone is just so friendly and kind of just chilled and relaxed. I mean, I'm sure that's not everybody, but
I'm sure there's grumpy Hawaiians.
Yeah, I'm sure there's grumpy Hawaiians, but
we haven't run into any.
No, we haven't.
Everyone just kind of has a smile, and especially here at Aulani, I think that portion of Hawaiian culture, adding Disney level service, it's a beautiful mixture, because this, and we've talked about, this is the best Disney service I've seen in a long time.
This, you've heard me say about Cruise Line that's where the legacy of Disney service is still alive and well. We've seen that decline at World, seen that decline at Land, Disneyland as well. Cruise Line has always been, in my opinion, that top tier Disney service. You see it, that old style Disney service, what made him famous. It's here too.
Yep.
Every single cast member, 201, has been unbelievable how friendly, passionate about their jobs, how highly they speak of working here. So it's one of the things I love to do is go up to the cast members and just kind of get them on the QT and be like, okay. It's the same thing I saw with Cruise Line. And I don't think it's any coincidence that, the man who oversees Cruise Line and Adventures by Disney also oversees this, Carl Holtz. And I think there's a story there. I think there's a connection there. But you're right. The cast has been unbelievable.
Yeah, that's it. Like you said, it reminds me of that service in a bygone era. It's just above and beyond what you see anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I hate saying it, but it was almost shocking to see, because not that you don't expect it, but you don't expect it at this level.
Right.
So like when we're in the parks at Disney World, you get it sometimes, but more often than not, people are just kind of average.
Yeah.
And then to come here and every single person was just so unbelievable.
So not average.
Right. And
you really start taking notice, and it starts becoming amazing.
I know it's. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like we're doing a commercial for Aulani, and we're really not. These are all real, honest experiences. These are things we've noticed.
We've been saying this all
and
week.
Taking notes and making observations. I mean, we're going to go into a lot more detail on it when we do our show in July. But, I'm really stunned. I'm really, really stunned at how mature this resort has become in 2 years, and where it's at, and the layers of quality, the layers of the experience. So, it's another one of those things. You may look at the price and go, "Wow, okay, that's not a cheap resort," and it's not, nor should it be. But you're actually getting what you pay for. You're actually getting a first-class experience. You're actually getting first-class service. You're actually getting world-class food. And that has to be factored in. We go through that argument all the time with Cruise Line, With Adventures by Disney, this is in the same model. That, yes, it's expensive. There's a reason, though. It's not just expensive because Disney slapped their name on a building. There's a reason why, the rooms. Again, I don't want to go into a full review but the rooms are absolutely amazing and so comfortable and big, nice big rooms.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're cramped. The DVC portion here, the DVC, absolutely gorgeous. Talked to a lot of DVC members this week who are here for their first time and are just insane about this place. Absolutely insane about this place. And with good reason. Like I said, you're going to see. And I feel like, I really feel like we're like recording a commercial for Aulani here. But it has been awesome. Yeah. What else? What else have we done this week that... Nothing? We've done nothing. Nothing has happened.
Oh, we've been hanging around the resort a lot, and I think just in general, the sheer beauty of Hawaii and especially Aulani, it's just kind of overwhelmed me. I never thought I'd be here, so I'm happy to be here and soaking it all in.
And I think you guys had preconceived notions about what this experience was going to be like. How did that stack up? What you thought before you came and what you've experienced since you've been here?
Yeah, because you see things on TV, you grow up watching the Brady Bunch and seeing the Taki Tiki. But then when you come here, it's just as amazing as you expect. Even just stepping out into the airport, it's so retro. It looks just like it does on movies. And then the drive over here, we drove past Pearl Harbor and just got to see the landscape and the mountains.
I think I didn't realize exactly how huge this island is. I don't know what I thought, but it's just massive. And this isn't even the big island. It's huge.
You see, for me, one of the things I learned this week that I didn't know is how relatively quick and easy it is to island hop from here.
Yeah.
To go to the other islands. They're all so close. I mean, I don't know why I thought that this was like involved. Like if you were going to island hop, you had to like pack your bags and go stay there for a few days.
Now, what did that one guy say?
It's a commute for some people.
Yeah, he had a friend.
It's a 45-minute flight. It's their commute. He works. One of the guys that was doing the lighting for us on the live show. His brother-in-law's in construction and works on Maui, and
hops on a plane.
Just hops on a plane every day, back and forth, and that's how he commutes to work. So that surprised me. But like I said, if you wanted to stay here and experience this resort and do something like that, you really need to be looking at 2 weeks. Yeah. If you wanted to like island hop and do that stuff and really get something meaningful out of this resort,
right?
You could easily do 2 weeks here and not get bored, I think.
There's so much to take in, especially if it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you're going to come to Hawaii, you might as well come for a couple weeks. But all right, I think that's good enough for now. We're going to have to wrap this up, and like I said, the next time when you see this, we will be on the Disney Wonder heading to Alaska, and our next show after this comes to you from the Disney Wonder, or at least we'll be recording it from there.
Right.
And that will do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next time with another edition of the Diz Unplugged. Thanks for being with us. Remember, everybody, open your mind, explore the world.